Oh, this is PowerRider here with the review of the Kamen Saber. I probably actually should have reviewed it beforehand. The Osha Jizousan Wonder Ride book. When I open this like a few months later, when I actually do cover the book a few months later, I'll get it down. I'm just recording this right away. The Osha Jizousan Wonder Ride book. I'll get it down eventually. Anyways, this is our apparel exclusive Wonder Ride book. Just similar. This is in the similar style of Hibiki and Beast, the Beast Ride Watch, and the Hibiki Progress Key, where these are not Uniqlo necessarily, because those ones are more special. This one's just a generic like apparel, and yeah. So here we have the Wonder Ride book out of its plastic. So let me zoom out. As you can see from here, it's a very bright orange Wonder Ride book. Like, wow. I need to drop the ISO for that. So again, here's the title. I think I'm supposed to say the titles for these things, but I haven't. Well, then again, it's because I can't read this, even though I know the name. But so obviously we get Osha Jizousan, and as you can see there, we get a bunch of statues, and then our best cameo, a ghost parka, or a parka ghost, which makes sense because this was Ghost's 5th anniversary. Like, just, that's just kind of like a fun detail. Here's the QR code for Domberizing, and as you can tell, the Wonder Mark is now a sticker because I literally forgot that I'm supposed to talk about what these are. So basically, as you can tell, this thing is pretty dense compared to this, because obviously that thing obviously does a lot of damage. This one obviously loosely splays open and such. So if we compare the two, obviously, gotta make sure Kieran's Scared Kid is alright. As you can tell, this is obviously a lighter, not lighter, but it's a cheaper build of a Wonder Ride book, obviously because of the fact there's no electronics and such. So like from the bottom here, it still has the hole for like the Henshin Seikens of Buster, Kenzan, and Slash, but there's no button activation, so the peg is literally just gonna sit there. The only button that's present is this one. Obviously that's to open up the Wonder Ride book, and when you do that, you only get the transformation page, which this is a pretty interesting one. Sadly, the Ghost Parka is not present, but other than that, this is a pretty interesting one. But you can obviously tell, like, too, is like this one is like straight. There's no like bend or like of any kind. It's just like the spring isn't as strong and such, and obviously the spine isn't black because there's no additional layers. There's only the one layer, because obviously where the cover page will typically be is simply just a rim. So like, I feel like I'm not going over it too much. Like, obviously, because of the fact that these no longer have story pages, they just stuck the QR code back here, which I guess is fine. It's just that it is kind of disappointing that the Wonder Mark isn't painted. But, oh well. But other than that, like, obviously then you get this like big square section. I don't know why. I guess for this entire mechanism, because this was reserved for this. So as you can see from here, basically, obviously, the candy toy or actually candy toy versions are essentially just this. Obviously, they just combine these two pieces together to become the one and such. I think they have the same circle and such. But yeah, now I guess that's a somewhat passable overview on what makes these different from the DX ones. And obviously, I should probably actually state that this is essentially the build for the candy toy ones. Just that you don't have to apply stickers, it's already applied in. Anyways, let's use this within our Seikens. And I guess we'll use Rekka. So yeah, here's our second old story writer book that we get to cover and such. And because of that, I'm not going to bother to go through all the functions again, because you want that, watch this review. Instead, we will do the Nisatsu. So yeah, there's the transformation for the Nisatsu combo of Old Story Writer. And as you can tell from these books, yeah, you have to put 3 arms together. They literally advertised that. Because obviously, they weren't going to make other pieces or other sections of this. Which, alright. Battery exhaust, woohoo. Obviously, you want the Geki. Watch the demo. He sucks to read. I think this one I will do the transformation for. Yeah. So obviously it's a green LD, it's Eternal Wonder, and obviously it's a story. Honestly, I think the shades of oranges are pretty cool. Also, this one makes sense. I'm gonna murder children with the power of clothing. obviously we don't support child endangerment. I mean, literally after watching Blank Check, I don't support child endangerment. That movie was weird. Darkness Close! So, this is gonna be a weird one, but I don't really recommend this book, basically just because it's a hard book to track down. I had to get this off of Macari, and so for your sake of completing this combo, I don't recommend it because it is kind of difficult. I just recommend you to get candy toy sets, and this one, obviously Kieran Scares Kid. Like I personally obviously wanted this one just because the Parker Ghost is kind of cute, and it's just like I think this one's a fun one. So obviously, if you're as into it as I am, yeah, I do recommend it. It's just that this is one of the more harder ones to get tracked down because it was a clothing apparel exclusive, which honestly, I don't understand why this just wasn't DX. Like, I think this would have been a fun one as DX, but no, they cheapened out and just made it not Gash. This is not Candy Toy fully. This is technically the, because this is also what the Pack-ins are too, like the Sawani Wars or whatever that one is, the monkey versus the crabs, whatever that book is. That one's in the same format as this, obviously. But like, I don't know, like I at least got it for cheap. I think I got it for like $17 at best. So at least say if you want to try to track it down, at least get it for like 20 below. But you're not gonna have any luck getting this. Obviously, if you go look for more practical, if you're just wanting to finish the combo, don't bother with this one. Just focus on ones that are easily accessible and such. But if you're again trying to just hunt down for every Wonder Ride book, then yeah, this one's gonna be challenging. I remember what I was going to say. Literally, this and Hibiki, for some reason, were not DX. And same with Beast. Again, with, well, XA technically didn't have any because they're all Uniqlo. Uniqlo is different. Ghost didn't have any because, again, Shakespeare is Uniqlo. Uniqlo and, like, the general apparel items are different. Uniqlo, for the most part, will actually have theirs DX. Except for Rear Soldier for some reason. But, Beast, Hibiki, and then this one were just not DX for some reason. This is Power, and I'll leave you people. Bye.